Hey aviators, so you've chosen a flight school and you've done your medical. It's now time for your very first flight as a student pilot, the intro flight.
We are about to stall,
and this is our adventures in and around South Africa.
Once you've chosen a flight school, or if you go look at a flight school for the very first time, insist on an intro flight. What is an intro flight? An intro or introductory flight is exactly what the name says. It's an intro to flying. The instructor will show you how to pre-flight an aeroplane and then take you for a flight, with you sitting in the pilot's seat, so you can get a feel for what it's like to fly a plane and how a plane works. But more than anything, it's just a fun flight. Remember that we're doing a big intro flight giveaway, and tonight at 11:59 p.m. Central African time is the last chance for you to be one of the 5 lucky winners to win free intro flights thanks to these flight schools. All the details will be at the end of the video. Today I'm going to take you along on my intro flight in Obi-Wan Kenobi behind me here, so you can see exactly what to expect on your intro flight.
Awesome, so what the things you want to be looking for when doing your introduction flight is, one, you want to be comfortable with your instructor, you want to be comfortable with the plane that you decide to fly on, and you want to be comfortable with your general environment. If you're comfortable with all of these, then your training will become a lot easier and you'll be comfortable handling and flying your aircraft.
The instructor will take you through the pre-flight inspection that has to be done before each flight. This includes checking aircraft documentation, instrumentation, and checking the security and function of control surfaces and lights. You'll then check the fuel level and fuel purity as well as the tires. Then you do a thorough inspection of the engine, propeller and engine fluids, as well as a few other things. You do not have to remember everything the first time. Your instructor will go through everything with you until you are comfortable doing it yourself. Remember, the important part of the intro is to have fun. So just enjoy everything and ask loads of questions. It is then time for your very first flight. The instructor will do most of the flying at first, but he will give you the controls at some point as you get comfortable. So let's go fly.
So I teach the up to me pattern, which is common. It will work in almost any single engine. You can start on the bottom, you can go up, and then to me, or to you. So you can start on this side first. You want to put the brakes on. This brakes, you apply the pressure and then lock it on. So now it's applied.
Okay.
Throttle, and make sure where the close is, and then we put about 1/2 centimeter forward. We're going to make sure that we on the emptiest tank, which we acknowledge to be the right side.
Yeah.
Then we're going to check all our circuit breakers. So we've done the up, and now we're going to do to me. Make sure all the circuit breakers are good. It is in the start where they can pop. Okay, so we're going to check that they're good.
Okay.
Fuel pump is not really a requirement that we're going to need.
Okay.
But we will check to do an audible sound.
Yeah.
See. Avionics, we don't need. EFIS 2 is this one, so we don't need that. EFIS 1 is the primary screen, and the backup runs the power for that one. So we're going to put both of them on.
Okay.
We're going to wait for that to start. And on the side, you now put your masters on. You can grab the key there. Okay, turn to the both positions. So now we're on, we're ready to start. Okay. So now you'd say clear prop. Just clean out there.
Okay. Clear prop.
Once you get to the run-up area, you'll do the too many pilots or similar check, and then the engine run-up to make sure that you and the aircraft has been set up correctly and is ready to fly. Once you are airborne, the instructor will fly to the general flying area where you'll be spending most of the time at the beginning of your flight training. He'll then show you around the area and give the aircraft control over to you.
Yeah, as we're busy flying, I'm just pointing out, okay, there's Heineken factory on that side. That's middle of our general flying area. As we're approaching, straight in front of us, you're going to find Circus Airfield, which is the south boundary of our training area. And now once we get here to Heineken, we got a good height in there, and now we're south of the Heineken factory. So now I will give you control, and then you can feel what the planes feel like. So you're going to put your left hand on the stick, nice and gentle, light pressures. Put your one hand on the power, and then you're going to fly like that. Okay, feet is both on the rudder.
Okay.
And now you just hold it. So you see we're flying level.
Yeah.
Everything looks normal. Just keep the wings level so that it's not wobbling about, and then we can maintain flight in that direction. Okay.
Okay.
And then you flying. So there you go. So now you can see flying is actually quite easy.
Yeah.
The plane will fly as long as you have engine power, RPM, and your nose is not pointing down or up. This plane will carry on flying.
Yeah.
It's you as the pilot that needs to manipulate all of this to make it do what you want it to do. So one day we can just fly in one direction.
Yeah.
Pilot takes you up, you're happy, you're flying, and the guy falls asleep or jumps out. Worst case, knock on wood. Where's the wood? Shit, you don't have any.
Yeah.
So this is what flying is essentially about. So the plane will carry on flying. It's only when we start changing all of this that we're going to now look at how we do that.
Yeah.
And that's what the beginning phases of a PPL is all about.
If you are enjoying this video so far and you are interested in the process of doing your pilot's license, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to be notified when each of the next few videos are released.
Okay.
It's about seeing how we as a pilot manipulates this machine to make it do what we want it to do, and to do what we want to do when we want it to do it.
Yeah.
Okay? So the next exercise, exercise 4, when we look at individual controls and their primary and secondary effects, then we see what it actually does. Okay. So for now, this is a nice introduction flight. You're just maintaining altitude, keeping the plane flying. Don't let it go up or down.
Yeah.
And then if you want, you can now see what it does. So let's move the aileron just so to the left.
Okay.
So just go a little bit to the left. There you go. See, so now we're introducing a roll. Go to the other direction. Nice. Don't use the rudder. Just the aileron. There you go. Okay, so now you can see. So the plane will just carry on flying. Right. So that there just gives us a roll. Now you can push a little bit on your left foot or your right foot. See what that does. Just push on one. See how the nose moves. Let go. The nose move. Let go. You see?
Yeah.
So those are the two controls that we use to manage the flight. So we're going to use the rudder to give us our yawing moment, and we use the ailerons to give us our roll. Okay, so this Circus Airfield just below us there.
Okay.
And then this road that goes down here is the end of our general flying area. So we stick to this corner, south corner. That's the south road on the boundary, and it goes all the way over there to your high ground, which is that flat hill that you can see there.
Okay.
And then you can see it on the map there. So this road is here.
Yeah.
And we can literally just follow this road straight down there. That back hill is the end of our general flying area.
Okay.
A nice way to know is if you're in this corner and you're flying along this road, once you see that masts on top there, can you see them?
Yeah.
That's Eye of Africa. So if you see the mast on your wing, you're on the end boundary of your general flying area. Okay, and then you can go back that way.
After the flight is complete, you'll have a short debriefing with the instructor, and you'll then have a chance to either sign up with that flight school or keep looking for a different one. If you do decide to sign up, they'll show you the ins and outs of the flight school, hand you your goodie bag, and you'll have completed the very first step in becoming a pilot. To help you get started with your journey to become a pilot, we've partnered with some of the best flight schools in South Africa. 5 of you will win free intro flights and merchandise thanks to Johannesburg Flying Academy in Gauteng, Border Aviation in the Eastern Cape, Aviation Adventure Flights Academy in Mpumalanga, Aeronav Academy at Lanseria, and Westline Aviation in Bloemfontein. All you need to do to enter is follow the link in the description and share this video with your friends. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow our, as well as each of the flight school's social media for extra entries into the giveaway. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions about learning to fly, please leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them either in the video or in the comments. In the next video, I'll be starting with my first real flight lesson, so please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to be notified when that video is released. But until then, dream big, fly high, and live the adventure. See you next time.